Alright, so today we're going to be doing a little Chinese dish called beef and broccoli, which is really good, to be honest. I have made this before as a video. It was quite an old video, so I thought I'd freshen up with it because we're going to be making it tonight regardless. And yeah, once all the prep work is done, there is a little bit of prep work, but once that's all done, it's so quick and simple and easy and delicious. Alright, so first things first is we want to prepare our beef. So the beef I'm using today is a rump steak. Any kind of beef or steak is perfectly fine. And this one as well is just over 500 grams. Alright, so with our beef, as you can see, this part is coming off, so I'm just going to cut that apart. And you got another line here, which I'm just going to cut them apart as well. Alright, so starting with this piece, any big pieces of fat we're just going to get rid of. Alright, and now against the grain, so as you can see, the lines and the fibres of the beef is all coming one way, so we want to go cut it the other way on a slight angle as well and kind of try and do it thin. So then you get pieces just like this, and this will give you very lovely, nice, tender beef. Alright, so now we got all of our beef nice and sliced up. I just got it on a plate here, and you want to do the beef, like prepare the beef before you do any veggies. And we're just going to put on about a couple tablespoons of corn flour, and this is going to be like a process called velveting the beef or velveting the meat. And I'm just going in with my hands. You can use a fork or whatever to toss it around, but I'm just going to use my hands and then just wash my hands again after. Just want to get it all nice and coated. You don't want to like completely saturate the meat in the corn flour, but as long as it gets majority of it is coated, then that's perfectly fine. I could use a little bit more, but yeah, it should be fine here. And what this is going to do is, while the beef is going to sit in it, it's just going to become even more and more tender and kind of velvet in a way. That's why it's called velveting the meat. Alright, so now that is all coated, we're just going to set this to the side and start preparing the vegetables. Alright, the veggies we're going to do is onion, which I'm going to have that kind of chunky, some garlic, some ginger, although that's the ginger, that's the garlic. And I do have 2 heads of broccoli. I might just use one, we're not too sure. But I might just speed this up a little bit and put some music on. I feel like I haven't filmed or done a video with music for quite a while. So I might just prep these and yeah, do some music. Alright, so we got some oil in our pan over medium-high heat. It's kind of warm now and it's just starting to smoke. So we're going to add in our beef. It's not going to take long at all for this to fry up. Alright, now our beef is pretty much cooked. I'm just going to transfer onto a plate. Add some more oil. Okay, so that background noise is a microwave because I cooked the rice in the microwave. And we're going to start off frying off our onions until they're a little bit soft, and then we'll add the garlic and the ginger. Alright, so now they're softened up a little bit, we're going to be adding in the ginger and the garlic to fry that off. But we're not adding the broccoli just yet. And if you want to add any other soft vegetables like carrot or capsicum, you can definitely add them in now if you prefer. So just stir them around. And we're just going to fry these up just until they get nice and fragrant, so only about a minute or 2. Alright, so I'm now going to take this all out, and we're just going to put it on the same plate with our beef. That's perfectly fine because when it comes back to the pan, it will all come back together. Alright, so now adding in our broccoli, and our heat is still at a medium-high heat. I'll just stir this around just to absorb, so it absorbs all the excess oil in the pan, which it's pretty much done instantly, so that is fine. Then going to add in about a cup and a half of water, a little bit more. And then we want to cover this, but because I don't have a lid I'm just going to use some foil. Right, we're just going to let that sit there for about 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, there is a lot of steam coming from here, as you can see. So you definitely want to be careful when removing the lid, or the foil in this case. Alright. So we'll just give this a quick stir. And now we want this water to reduce as well. So we're just going to leave the lid off now. And I don't know if I mentioned, but it was about 3 more, closer to 4 minutes that I did have the foil on, or the lid on. But we're just going to leave it off until, yeah, the water reduces a little bit. Alright, so our water has pretty much absorbed now. I did have to drain off just a tiny little bit, just because our broccoli is quite nice and tender, like pretty much the perfect texture that I like it. Now we're adding in the beef, onions, garlic and ginger, and give this a very good mix through. Alright, and now this is the stage that we're going to be seasoning it with the sauce. So for the sauce, we've got some oyster sauce, a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half, that's fine. Rice wine vinegar, about a teaspoon. We're adding about a tablespoon of fish sauce, dash more, tablespoon of soy sauce, and a teaspoon of sugar. If I had black pepper or white pepper would actually be better. Definitely I would add pepper, but I've ran out of both. I don't know how I've forgotten to buy some more pepper, but I did. And now with the corn flour, when you velveted the beef, not only did that make it so nice and tender, but that's going to make the sauce really nice and just luscious kind of feeling. So that's going to be delicious. And we just want to cook it off for a further just a few minutes, just to get all the flavours nice and hot and combined well. And if you feel that the sauce is too harsh, then definitely just taste it and adjust to your own liking, but adjust it with a bit of water. Or if you need it a little bit more sweeter and just cut it a bit, then just add a bit more sugar. I'm personally not going to adjust it. I think that's absolutely beautiful how it is. And this is my bowl all nice and plated. It's so bright, like the lighting of the sun right now is really, really bright. But yeah, it smells so good, so I'm keen to eat. Alright, so here's the bowl. It smells so good, and again, the lighting is horrible. This time it's too bright, not too dark. But you guys, well, I've had a few of you say when I cook something and I eat like the plain ass boring thing, which is the rice in this case, I'm gonna eat the rice first because it's just good. I love rice. But yeah, it's kind of funny. It's happened a couple of times on my videos, and I do taste test and I just eat the thing that's like not the actual recipe first. Alright, piece of beef, which, hang on, I'm not happy with this lighting. Alright, hopefully that's a little bit better for the lighting, but a piece of beef is still pretty hot. That's so soft and tender. Broccoli. I'm scared to eat the broccoli. Broccoli always tends to keep the heat the most. That has a lot of sauce in it. That's yum. I love it. Onion, a small piece of beef, and some rice. Oh, really good. I love the texture of the sauce when I cook. It's pretty much just velveting the meat, and that corn flour just gives the sauce quite nice and luscious. I do the same with my Chinese chicken cashew. I really need to make a video on that because I keep forgetting how I'm doing it. I had to go back ages to find the original recipe when I first made it. So I definitely do need to do a video on that, maybe next week. But anyway, that's all for today's video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Subscribe down below if you haven't already so you don't miss out on my future videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.